go join us, Sha. Maybe
Okay.
see the celebrate. Maybe see the celebrate Arsenal match.
No.
All right, we're live. And that beat takes us into the entertainment side of the Smooth Breakfast. This is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1, where we love music, we love life, we love good gist, we love entertainment stories, and we just love to have an amazing, amazing time. 18 minutes past 8 a.m. Ayokunmi here, ready to walk you into what's been going on with your celebrities, with those who are at the helm of affairs, if I can put it that way, where entertainment is concerned. All the tea will be spilled, all the tables will be shaken, and in some cases, broken as well. It depends on where we are standing or sitting. Anyways, it's going to be an interesting morning. Do join us on WhatsApp, share your messages. Join us on YouTube as well. We're streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Leave your comments there. WhatsApp number to leave your messages. It's 0911 999 0981. 0911 999 That is the WhatsApp number. Once again, you are most welcome into the Grapevine. Talking about welcoming into the Grapevine, joining me at this time to take a look at the stories and just have a great powwow. The one and only, my main man, James Silas. Good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Ayo. What's popping, bro?
Everything is popping, just trying to, put two and two together to make four and keep things moving. That's just the way it is. That is just the way it is, my brother.
That means it's still Martin at your end because these days 2 and 2, man. The numbers that come out, we I don't know, man.
It's advanced math on this part,
But
calculus,
that's all good.
differentiation, all those things. It's all
Oh
good.
well.
It's all good though. It's all good though. All right, let's jump into things, and we're jumping into legal matters straight up. I never waste any time. Mercy Johnson is in the news once again. I think we talked about her last week and how she's not taking any form of rubbish in the year 2026. Well, it's been reported that Angela Okorie has been arrested by Mercy Johnson for cyberbullying. And Angela was said to have been arrested at her Lagos residence on Tuesday, just two days ago, by operatives of the Nigeria Police Force Cyber Crime Center. And while explaining that Angela spent the night at Yaba Kwanti Police Station before being transported to Abuja very early on Wednesday, journalist and founder of BON Awards, Asheo Oloketui, made this disclosure on Wednesday. Now, he said she was put on a 6 a.m. flight to Abuja to face court proceedings connected to cybercrime matters involving Mercy Johnson. And I think it was just last week we were talking about Mercy Johnson having just tempered justice with mercy concerning another individual over similar issues. Now Angela Okorie is in the firing line. James, this is January 29th. The month isn't even a full sorry, the year isn't a full month in, and there's all these serious basketballs going on. What's happening?
I mean, it's what it is. As far as I'm concerned, if it doesn't matter what time, date, day or near or night. What's important is that if you give baths and you think that both will not be responded or will not be given back, then I mean, you must be delusional. So these days, as far as social media is concerned, I like the fact that government has weighed in to ensure that um, people are protected, whether you're a celebrity or a common man. And sometimes the news will say Mercy Johnson arrests Angela Okorie. No, it's not Mercy Johnson arrested her. It's the right security forces that arrested her. Yes, but Mercy has a right to report if she feels harassed or feels, in any way somebody is not making her comfortable or making her time comfortable on social media. So if you can talk about people, or you can come every day on social media and talk a lot of things about people, especially on confirmed or profane or insultive things about other people. I mean, they have a right to go and report you, and the authorities will take look into it to see if you've actually committed a crime in the process. It's okay to, use common sense to criticize people if you feel like what they've done or what they did, does not or go well with you. But if you have to now consistently every other day say a lot of vile things and lie in the process that you don't have for things that you cannot prove, then you have to, I mean, answer to the law. It's just what it is, and I like it. So there's no sentiment. It's just business as far as the situation is concerned.
No sentiments, just business. Well, that is a point of view coming from James. Join us in the studio right now. I was thinking he would join us on Zoom as well, but hey, great to see him in the studio. The one and only Oris. Good morning to you, bro.
Morning, just to say I'm alive. um, Contrary to the expectations of my enemies, like James Silas, I'm alive and well and in the studio. Yeah.
No, no, no,
On
no,
this
no. The
subject,
only thing I did to you was beat you the other day. That's all I did. I love you.
Wow,
I see my guy.
look at
this is news to me.
a Man U fan who is languishing at the
What?
middle of the
Let's
table is
focus,
talking to
focus.
us.
Don't worry. Just
Anyway, but
move,
let's
move,
not
move.
get into
Oris,
all of
please,
that.
please.
Let's not get into all of that.
Oris, please.
Mhm.
But this is the
Please,
point. Oh, I just remembered. Both
please.
Ayo and James are both on the side of the enemy. Anyway, I will try my best
Whatever.
to not address this on air, even if James is trying to push me. Um, I think there is a certain degree of weaponization of this cyberbullying law, since the thing kind of kicked in. It looks like everybody and their grandfather and mother are trying to like get people who they don't particularly like arrested. So I'm not saying I'm not saying that's the case in this one, but I feel like I hear this too much for me to think that every single instance of somebody getting arrested over cyberbullying is actually, what's the word?
Valid.
Within the, yes, maybe, yeah, okay, yes, it's valid. Yes, it's actually valid. I feel like there is a sense in which some of these guys are taking the piss. They have found like a loophole to
Mm.
threaten those who might actually have a point against them, or just have like maybe a quarrel offline that somebody takes online, and suddenly you know that, hey, if I do this, I would have something to, I guess, fall back on legally. So that's kind of like a kind of problem I think I have with this particular law. I do not now know how to work it. I don't know what is the solution. I'm not sure. But on the particular case of Angela Okorie, it seems to me like over the past couple years, she's been quite a nuisance to a few
Wow.
to a few people. I recall, which is a shame, because I recall seeing, as part of a project I was doing like a few years ago. I recall seeing a film from her, maybe probably her first, or one of her first few films, and she looks so incredibly innocent in that film. That was to reconcile that person with the person who seems to have some kind of issue with someone. Every market day now just seems a little like a stretch, but
Looks can be deceiving.
here we are. Here we are. Here we are. As for Mercy Johnson, I find that contrary to our character on some of those Nollywood projects from the past, she seems to me to be quite interested in minding her business. But it
Mm.
doesn't seem like everybody else is interested in leaving her alone. Although, as you just pointed out, looks to be deceiving. So who knows if maybe this is one of those cases where one party is pinching the other privately and then making a fuss about it when the other person complains publicly. So anyway, I mean, I do not know, but I think my major concern here, because I honestly believe these two actresses will sort themselves up at the end, is the weaponization of that particular cyberbullying law. I know that now, technically speaking, a few days ago, James
Yeah.
tweeted, tweeted at me saying that he wants to whatever,
Ah.
after
Oh my
the
God.
Man U national game. If I was one of these persons in Hollywood, I could probably
Shut up, Oris. Please.
get
Can
this
we go
guy
to the next
arrested
story?
for cyberbullying. Because yes, I was peacefully in my house when I saw that tweet from James, who has my number by the way, but is headed to taunt
No,
me
no, no.
publicly.
I want the
So
public to
this
see. I'm talking to
this
you.
this man actually could be in Panty now. Just saying.
That's I don't think James will do
He would
that
have been
in that
he would
environment.
have been doing the grapevine from back of the cell. But
Oh, wait,
because I'm
guys,
a kind
guys,
because I'm
guess,
a kind
guess
guy,
what? Oris,
because I'm kind, he's here
Oris,
now and look
Oris,
at him.
Oris, listen, listen. Let me tell you something. See, they said Angela hosted a live session with one of Messi's ex best friend. Both of them talking about Messi Johnson. Do you understand? Hosted live, like went live on social media on one of those platforms, discussing, saying that Messi's late mother was the mastermind spiritual attack in the industry. Like when you now sit down and you're having about meeting, how can you say somebody's late mother was the mastermind with
James,
spirituality and doing things to the
James, let's
yeah.
not act like we are not Americans here. This thing
Mm.
you are saying, our parents, our grandparents have said this thing for I don't know, for decades. So I do not know that I'm not saying it's true of us. I'm just saying that we belong to a society where this is not an unusual accusation to level on someone. So let's not make it look like,
But
hey,
our grandparents then,
we are all about it. Yeah, no, but I'm thinking about the particular sentiment. That's what's it called? The granular bit of this incident is something that happened over time. We just have a chance now to make it to take it online. That's the only difference.
Okay, let's jump very quickly before we take a break into this particular one. I've been very curious about this story. And this is not the first time I'm hearing about YouTube demonetization and so on and so forth.
It's always in the news.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, why we always have these sort of things coming up? And Bimbo Ademoye was, should I say, on the receiving end recently, sorted out and said expressed deep gratitude and relief after a prolonged copyright dispute over her YouTube film Where Love Lives was resolved in her favor. Oris, this particular issue of YouTube movies being demonetized, copyright infringement, and all that, why are they so common in the news? That is where we're concerned anyway.
Yeah, I think, I mean, they're common for two, I don't know, almost polar reasons. One on this side, one on the other side. I think on the one hand, I do not know that we belong to a society that necessarily cares strongly about copyright. I don't think that the average Nigerian is walking around in his house and thinking to himself, you know what, maybe this thing I'm trying to do, there should be a copyright. I should go and find out what the copyright law says. So I think that's a huge part of what is happening here. On the I guess on the other hand, with the what's the word now? With the awareness that seems to be happening over the past couple of years, you then have people who are then using that as again, to use the word I used in the earlier story, weapon, against others.
Right.
So so Bimbo's case, I don't know. I mean, the problem with this is when the issues are resolved, these people don't come and tell us what specifically is the issue, so that everybody else can learn from what has happened. I think it happened too with what's her name, the other famous YouTube personality, Omoni
Oboli, yes.
who also got demonetized at some point, but was still keeping the details of what actually happened under wraps. Of course, people had whatever theories, but it would be very nice if these people who are getting into these issues show up and tell us, hey, this is what happened and this is how it was resolved. We just get told that, hey, somebody, I mean, in this particular case, I thought Bimbo, in fact, was very, very, what's the word, uncouth and borderline, playing with, what's the word, playing with illegality when she was threatening somebody, I mean, she said she would put a gun on someone's head. This is the cyberbullying, actually. This is the one we should be taking seriously, not about somebody's mother, which everybody insults everybody with anyway. This actually, what she did, although she said that name she mentioned was not a real name, but I think that actually is cyberbullying. And it's actually threat to life, I put it onto your head and, I'm like, how did we get there? And then a few hours after, she says, at the days after or something, it's resolved. I think these people owe us what's the word?
An explanation.
Yes, for exactly what happened and how it was resolved. Because as you pointed out, it happens every 2 seconds. Who knows? In a few weeks, we'll hear another particular thing. And maybe if Omoni, for instance, that told us exactly what happened there, it wouldn't have happened to Bimbo. Even more tells us what happens, it happens to the next person. But everybody just keeps these things under some kind of wraps, and it's like, okay, what exactly is the issue? But I think at the base of everything we're talking about here is a particular, I don't want to say disdain, but I think it's ignorance and a willful ignorance too of copyright laws and how they affect IP.
All right, James, a quick word before we take that break.
Okay, I mean, everything I always said exactly, especially the fact that when these things happen, you should try at least explain to people how you resolved it so that the next person will not either not fall victim or at least people will just learn. So because when I heard about that thing, you're talking about what can be the possible problem. I think the possible problem is that the guys in the music industry and the movie industry don't know how a lot of things, especially when it comes to licensing, happens in the music industry. They might know theirs, do you understand? But when it comes to music, they may not know. You just think that I've paid this guy, I've paid you in full, I've paid you off the music, goodbye. And then they just go. And then those guys, some of them go behind. In fact, before they even hand over to you, they've licensed the song as because if I'm a songwriter, songwriters get a right for whatever it is. Sometimes, um, if you pay me in full to do a record for you, I pay a songwriter, but songwriter knows his rights. He will license his songwriting, and you will give the song to the person that assigned it, and everybody goes, and you think that you signed a sign off agreement or whatever. So, but there are those metrics that also guide music that the movie people don't know. So it takes a lot of education to correlate them properly. It doesn't always work as easy as you think it is. Yeah.
Sorry, James. I mean, sorry, you just pointed out something that I think is very important here.
Yeah.
I learned somebody was saying, I'm not sure how true it is. It appears the song she's actually she had an issue with. Somebody else had actually uploaded it years
Yes.
ago, or a version of it, you know.
Yes.
So which then provides, okay, there is a bit of a tricky thing here. She's saying she paid a particular artist to produce the song. But people are saying, you know what, if you checked online, like years ago, there was a version of that song already appeared online.
My
So
point
I'm assuming
exactly.
that, yeah. So I'm saying that yes, of course you are correct.
Yeah.
So am I guessing that there might have been some recycling
Right.
Yes.
going on.
Right.
And then the initial person who probably owned the song or did a part of the song says, hey, look, this is wrong. I need to get my own whatever, and then makes the complaint to YouTube, and then YouTube demonetize it. So I think there is that there as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so James is right. It's important that you understand that when it comes to music, there are different parts. In fact, everything comes, there are different parts. You might say you own this bit, but somebody else owns the other bit. So unless you are aware of everybody who is involved, you might be in trouble. So yeah, very good point you make, James.
You just might
Yeah.
be in trouble. Ignorance. Ignorance.
So the solution, sorry, quickly, is that you get or you hire or consult an actual music person to help you go through that process. The guys like I think what's their name? Um, um, Ebony Place. What's her name? Mo Abudu. A lot of times she works with Mo Hits and Don Jazzy to help with the music, collation or whatever. And the same thing with a lot of other seasoned filmmakers. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. More could do more hits. Anyways, let's take that break when we come back in. We're talking about Kanye West. He's in the news. Hasn't been in the news for a while for some reason, but now he is in the news. Been talking.
Back. My
And
guy is
yeah,
back.
he's back. We'll talk about that on the other side. It's the Grapevine, Smooth 98.1.
I'm a big Kanye West fan, sure.
I was thinking,
I mean,
I was thinking, I was thinking you log in on Zoom. I didn't know you were in the building. Dreams. Plans and dreams.
Yeah.
Ah, Lord have mercy.
And anyway, there's some kind of ridiculous traffic. So it was everyone pushing it.
We're coming.
Yeah, of course. Coming, yeah. It's but I think I don't even know, yeah. I feel like I left not particularly late, so I don't know why I'm encountering traffic on the road. But just around that marina side.
Who is this one?
Yeah, lovers.
Hello? Good morning. Oh, good morning. Well, hey, well done. No, I'm not at home, but somebody's at home that can collect for me.
I really.
Yes, my good is to Shangisha. Yes, no problem. No problem. All right, thanks.
Well, boy, I
I
think
know.
it is this early morning.
I know. Go talk. Say I know their house.
You fear big man.
I don't understand. On top USB cable where I buy. Let's be calming down. If I say I'm not available, the guy can say, "Oh, if I don't come today, I can't come to make the compensation the house." And we're back into the Grapevine on a Thursday morning. Smooth 98.1. This is your Love Music, Love Life station. We love entertainment too, and that is what the Grapevine is all about. Ayokunmi here. Oris is in the studio with me as well. And of course, James Silas.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Join us on WhatsApp. Join us on YouTube as well. I'll leave your comments for us. 0911-999-0981. That is the WhatsApp number. And YouTube is Smooth 91 FM Lagos. Smooth 91 FM Lagos. Tayo on WhatsApp says, welcome to the Grapevine, everybody. Tayo came in on horseback again. Tayo, this your horse should rest, I beg. Let this horse rest. And he says, James, this is your yeah. How long have you been doing it? Because you sound so young and healthy.
James has the fountain of life.
I'm 20. I'm 21. I'm 21.
Oh, yes, no wonder. No wonder.
I can tell you that in front of his house, he has the fountain of life. So
I see. What's his address, I beg?
And so I should come and talk to the man. Even if James is my enemy online, I shall protect him.
That says Mercy Johnson is not trained Mercy this early 2026. She's not a politician's wife. She can't elevate.
That's a very
Mm.
good.
He then says Oris came to the studio to stop the AI allegation, just like Adekanye or Ye using traditional media to reinvent himself with an apology. Both of you are not beating allegation. It's like only James that can catch Oris. Bimbo with the bombshell on social media, and Bimbo said the song was exclusive to her. Legal steps up and down, and I hope we can catch up. Please, let's not forget the impact of Speed's visit to Lagos. Now, Sir Pella of Shamalot and Lord Carter Efe of the Rimming Fountain want to do a tour. Aya, when are you joining this esteemed group of influencers? I don't like how you use the word esteemed
That's a very
with these
good
individuals.
question, actually. When do we see the Ayo talk?
When do we see the Oris Carter Efe and
but you can. One of your fans is asking you. Nobody has asked us, so I'm not sure that James and Oris are going on this tour.
Let's talk about Kanye West, I beg. Let's talk about Kanye West before I started the studio. Well, Kanye West on Monday denied being a Nazi and expressed regret over his anti-Semitic rants, blaming such behavior, which included recording a song that celebrates Hitler on his bipolar disorder. Now, the 48-year-old, he has lost fans and business deals in recent years because of his racist or anti-Semitic outbursts. Released the song Heil Hitler last May to mark the 80th anniversary of the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II. Of course, that song was banned on streaming platforms, but if you dig deep, you can find it all around. But the point here at the end of the day, Oris, is should we let Kanye off the hook so easily? I mean, it's easy to say, oh, because I was bipolar and all that, that's why all this happened. Should we let him off the hook this easily?
Well, I have to tell you that I have a problem with your question. I don't think your question is right. You must interrogate that question first things first.
When you say easy, that is not even I don't think Kanye has had an easy time over the past couple of years to say letting it off easy. Kanye has actually apologized, at least to my knowledge, 3 times over the past 2 or 3 years. Yes, at least 3 times on this particular subject. What has happened is, I guess, every now and then, when I guess he sees that the desired effect of his apology hasn't quite happened, he just goes back and does something considerably outrageous, which of course the last one was this song with the High Hitler, which actually has a interesting chorus, by the way. Anyway, just the melody to chorus is quite catchy. Anyway, but for me, I've maintained that Kanye actually is not a troublemaker, or rather, he's not a Nazi. What he is a troublemaker. There's a huge difference, But part of the problem again is that a lot of people are super sensitive. I can kind of understand it. But even from this all began with, I guess, the interview he did on Drink Champs, the YouTube thing with, what's his name? What's the guy's name? Nori, the former rapper. Anyway, and if you saw that interview, you would understand the context in which Kanye was saying what he said. He wasn't saying he hated Jews or anybody. It was more like, these guys do this. I don't like that they do this. And they did it to me, and I'm not happy that they did it to me. Anyway, we can go all on about that. Let me just say this. Kanye was never a Nazi, and it was always clear. What had happened was he was trying to push the boundary as to what he could say as much as possible. It's kind of like how they said how it seemed like if you're black in the US, you can't support Trump. And Kanye was like, you know what? Nobody should tell me that. I will support who I want to support, So it might not really have these convictions closely. But if you tell him he can't do this, Kanye's instincts automatically is to want to go and let me go and push it. Let me see what you guys can even do to me. So that's exactly the entire thing. Really. So that's Kanye's entire shtick. So it was never enough. That was always clear. But in any case, like I said earlier, I think before this apology, hopefully this one works and then everybody leaves the man's shit and then he too stopped looking for trouble. But the last time he did an apology was last year, I think, or 2 years ago. He posted an entire apology in Hebrew on his social media accounts. But it looks like everybody has kind of forgotten that he did that.
Mm.
Yes, and now it's back again. And to be fair, there is a curious timing for all of these things. I think at the other time he was about to release an album when he did that. Even this time he's about to release another album, Bully. I think on Friday or so, tomorrow, so and then he's made this apology. So people are saying, hey, it's a little bit of a tricky timing, my guy, that you want to do an album and you're making this apology. But like I said earlier, if you followed the entire controversy, I think you would know that what Kanye is a troublemaker. What he's not is a Nazi.
James, I really disagree.
Oh no, I definitely agree. Kanye is just, I don't know. It's difficult to pin it on him, especially when he's been clinically diagnosed of having this whole bipolar disorder, and this is not the first time that he has pulled off like major rants and then still come back later to come and apologize.
Yes,
So you have
true.
it completely. Even we that are not bipolar, you start questioning yourself and say, "Are you sure I'm not?" Because Kanye, when you tell him you can't do this, you shouldn't do it, that's when he goes, and that's why it's bipolar. And hey, he has apologized. He's not. I really don't think that he's Nazi.
He has
It's
never
not.
been. He has never been a Nazi. He's
Never been.
just like a guy who is trying to push
Yeah.
the, what they say is
Just
acceptable.
he's anti-regular.
Exactly. No, I think it's like, yes, it's anti-authority. Like if you
Yeah.
say, hey, this is what should happen here, Kanye's insecticide is a lie. Let me see what will happen if I do it. Let's not forget what the guy who said about a sitting president back in the day. That anyway, you know what he said. I can't say it on air. When with the Mike Myers thing.
So
Mhm.
Kanye has always had this kind of behavior, like
You say I can't do this. I'm going to attempt to, as he said back in the day, wait until I get my money right. The man became a billionaire and said, you know what? Let's see what happens from here.
All right, gentlemen. Before we go, Davido has been in the news once again, and he's been dragged online, back, forth, left, right, and center, just because.
why do you say just?
Just
We're
because.
already loading this thing on his side by saying just. But anyway, continue.
Well, he posted a viral video of American streamer Ayokunmi
Receiving a massage from multiple women in Ghana during his African tour. Now, in the repost on his Instagram story, Davido tagged his wife Chioma with the caption, "Oh boy, my darling wife, please permit me. This is not Ghana." And it was framed as a humorous one, but the internet in-laws were not taking it at all. And some of the comments implied that the post reinforced long-standing perceptions about his personal life. Some people said it's just cruise, but some people said, this thing that he's
inside this cruise, there is truth.
There's truth in the cruise.
James, very quickly, let's use it around.
They should calm down. All the whether they call them online in-laws or whatever, the guy was just having fun or just trying to be funny with his wife. I didn't even see any big deal. And then everywhere boom boom. But it's Davido. Whatever he says, whether good or tricky, people will twist it the way they want. I didn't think it was a big deal. I just thought it was just a joke with himself and his wife. Especially because he wasn't even in town in real time to say, "Oh, Choma, can I do this thing? This is crazy." But he tweeted or posted it on his what's it called IG story, and boom, everywhere went crazy. And they think that he's supposed to be, but it's just tricky again because Davido is, what's her name, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo, is dragging their shirt from one corner about their misbehavior many years ago, allegedly. And then now you are saying, I want to go and guess what? The platform or the woman or the lady who owned that service in Ghana, she said, based on that video, she's been booked till March 17th or 16th. So it just shows the power of or how social media too can boost a lot of things, including Davido's joke at his wife.
Let's remember, by the way, that we must take what James has just said seriously because James actually is a married man. So this is the word of God coming through you.
You see? So it's
coming to you through James Silas. But I do agree that it's a man is just making a joke. But part of the problem is we do know he has a history. You do remember that back in the day, Two-Face had that song where he said, "Make you see if you know Bukhari." Remember that song? This was an what's the name of that song?
Enter the place.
Enter the Place, exactly. That's the original version, of course, and there was some kind of outcry. So this is why sometimes I permit the online in-laws rather to say what they say because some of these guys have a history. And it's like if you're stopping them from talking, it's almost like you're saying, hey, delete your memory. We've had over the years, over I don't know, it's one of 10 years or so. We've had the widow in several tricky spots. Some of them with video evidence. It's difficult to say that, but let us ignore all of that because he has tagged his wife in this thing. What seems obvious is that he's attempting to be a better man in public, even when he's making a joke and by tagging, because he didn't have to tag his wife. You understand? So he's attempting to be a better man publicly. But fact of the matter is, we do know that this man has a history. So when he does something like this, it's only so I can't chastise the online industry from saying, hey, but we know you. We know what you're capable of. So maybe, just maybe, there is some truth to this cruise.
All right. Tayo coming through says, if James and Oris go on tour, it will end quicker than Speed's visit to Nigeria.
Nah, that's not true.
Haba.
James and Oris
This is not fair.
understand the business, so don't play with
Exactly.
us.
See Tayo. Hey, Tayo. In fact, anyway.
That says Kanye West, like Oris, just enjoy the controversy. The battle between Adekanye and Ye is a complex one. The question now is, how long will this episode last? At least this time he asked for permission. Let him not say he's going to Ghana because Grapevine will not contain us. Oris is not beating the allegation. He welcomes it.
Well. I don't know. Tayo, I don't know. I feel like James was the only enemy on this show, but Tayo is galloping his way with this into that verified community of Oris haters. Please, I need more lovers this year. No haters, please.
No haters.
James enough for me. And the occasional Ayo job, those are enough for me. Let's leave it at that, please.
And people will not understand that Oris is the biggest bully. I just react to Oris's vibes. I don't know.
What is James talking about? Anyway, let's not litigate ourselves here because again, exactly. We do have a lawyer around.
Where is Mr. C when you need him?
Yes, and it's going to be against me, unfortunately. I'm surrounded by Man U fans. It's such a terrible place to be in.
Anyways, we need to leave the Grapevine this morning because time has absolutely flown by. Thank you for all the interactions and the messages. Thank you so very much to you, James, and to you, Oris, as well.
Thank you very much for having us. Yes, of course, James Silas social media, Instagram, X, Facebook. I'm pretty much everywhere. So if you find me anywhere, holler at me, I'll holler back.
Yeah, and it's catch Oris only on Twitter and online, please, not on the streets. CATCHORIS. See you next week.
All right, Xavier coming through like a last-minute Aguero goal, and he says, Benin Man and Uyinkem, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Xavier. Feelings from Smooth FM.
Tayo says, he sent a picture and says, I understand the video.
Tayo is just a handful. Tayo, are you married? You must send us your marriage certificate right now.
All right, we got to go. Thank you for being a part of the Grapevine. It's Thursday morning. We'll be back on Tuesday for another blockbuster episode of the show. My name is Ayokunmi. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1.